Ghosts, witches, vampires. Every Halloween, these classic monsters are everywhere. But where did they come from? The vampire legend dates back to ancient civilizations with roots in Greek, Roman, and Mesopotamian folklore, where blood-drinking demons were feared. The modern image of vampires really took off in Eastern Europe during the 18th century. Here, people were terrified of the undead rising from their graves to drink the blood of the living. That's where legends like Count Dracula came from, popularized by Bram Stoker's Dracula in 1897. With sharp fangs, an aversion to garlic, and a love for capes, vampires became the ultimate symbol of bloodthirsty immortality. They're like that annoying friend who crashes on your couch for the weekend, but then stays for like 400 years and drinks your blood. Werewolf myths have been around for centuries, with early origins in ancient Greece and Rome, where stories of humans transforming into wolves circulated. The most famous werewolf legends came from medieval Europe. People believed that wolves had supernatural powers, and that some people could transform into these beasts during a full moon. Being bitten by a werewolf to turn into one? That's more of a modern twist, thanks to movies like The Wolfman from 1941. You'd think werewolves would have found a side hustle by now with all that moonlighting. But hey, at least it's a howlin' good time. Ghost stories are probably the oldest of all. Nearly every culture has its version of restless spirits, dating back thousands of years to ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Greece. In medieval Europe, ghosts were often thought to be souls stuck between heaven and hell. Their purpose? To haunt the living for unresolved business and annoy the hell out of them. Today's Halloween ghosts, with their sheet-like appearance, come from Victorian times, where people popularized ghost stories during seances and spooky gatherings. These days, ghosts aren't knocking stuff over or scaring people down the stairs. They're like, I'll just make it 10 degrees colder for no reason, but you can't prove it was me. Witchcraft legends go all the way back to ancient times. But in Europe and America during the Middle Ages, things got serious. Accusations of witchcraft often led to trials and executions, most famously during the Salem witch trials in 1692. Back then, witches were believed to have made pacts with the devil and possessed the power to cast harmful spells. Today, Halloween witches, complete with pointy hats and broomsticks, come from European folklore, which often depicted witches as ugly old women who practice dark magic. Witches today have traded in cauldrons for Keurigs, still brewing, but now pumpkin spice instead of Eye of Newt. Zombies. The idea of the dead coming back to life isn't new. It can be traced back to Haitian folklore, where zombies were said to be the result of voodoo magic. In these stories, sorcerers would bring back the dead as mindless slaves. The modern flesh-eating zombie trope didn't hit the mainstream until George Romero's 1968 film, Night of the Living Dead. Ever since, zombies have evolved into brain-hungry monsters that are practically the mascot of modern horror. Zombies. Because why let death get in the way of a good snack? Brains are the new keto. What's your favorite Halloween monster? And you're not allowed to say, my ex-boyfriend.